understand you were pretty busy on draft day. Like, how did you find out that you were being drafted by the Leafs?
So I was actually at prom. I was with my buddy Hudson Chitteroni. He had the draft going, but I wasn't too focused on it. Just wanted to clear my mind a little bit, and he was just watching, and the Leafs were up the next pick, and I saw my name, and I was going crazy. I couldn't even believe it. I was just like running around. People, I think, might thought I was crazy or something, but yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
Were you named Prom King?
No, sadly not. I wish I was, but
questionable decision after the night that you had.
yeah, right.
What was the rest of the night like?
Oh, it was just like I couldn't even describe it. It was I didn't even know what to think at that point. I was just so out of it. I was so excited, so many emotions going through my mind, and I got to see my family after as well, and it was an awesome experience.
Did you have a date?
Yeah.
What was her reaction?
Oh, I think she was more crazy than me.
Oh, yeah?
She was going crazy. She was so happy for me, and it was awesome.
When you found out like the draft and prom would coincide, like what did you think? Were you always gonna go and do it that way?
Oh, sorry.
Like when you found out like the draft second day would fall on the same day as prom, like what did you think? Did you always think it was gonna play out that way? Did you think about not going to prom at all?
Yeah, I was but like I still wanted to see all my childhood friends. They've been with me since the start. They've always had my back, and I really wanted to spend the day with them. They're always there for me, and to celebrate with them was just unreal experience.
What's the name of the school?
Cora Collegiate.
Cora?
Cora.
In Wawa?
No, in the Sioux.
In the Sioux,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Did someone make an announcement at the prom that you'd been drafted?
They wanted to, but I didn't want to ruin the whole night. I didn't want to make it all about me, but yeah.
Very mature.
Yeah.
What was the phone call like from Brad? He said he could hear music on in the background. Like, what was that like?
Yeah, I tried to get away from everyone because everyone was screaming and everything, and I was trying to keep the calm, but people were just going crazy, and I couldn't help it.
Have you had a welcome to the Leafs moment yet?
Yeah. Well, everyone has been welcoming here. It's like even my teammates. I haven't even met them, but they all feel like brothers to me. It's so unreal here. It's amazing.
Who did you cheer for growing up, or like were you a Leafs fan at all? Or
Yeah, I was always Leafs fan with my dad and my grandpa. Obviously, we were always cheering for them. But I was really big Sidney Crosby fan. I always loved to see his journey, and yeah, I was definitely a big Leafs fan.
what did your dad think?
I think he was going crazy. I haven't seen tears from that guy in so long, and just seeing that, it was such a surreal experience.
And now you're here. What stood out about the first on ice session?
Yeah, it's just a lot to take in. It's about learning new experiences, learning all the new coaching staff, and just the new drills that we get to see, seeing where I can improve on, and just start from there.
What's it like getting tips from Jake Muzzin?
It's awesome. Yeah, I love that. Anything that comes from him is always a great experience. I love taking things from him.
What were you guys working on there at the end?
We were just working on box and out guys. I think I just need to hit the hips more instead of hitting higher, because it's a lot easier to just bring them onto the boards. And yeah.
How far back did your grandfather go as a Leaf fan? Do you know what era he was?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really too sure about that. Probably a long time ago for sure.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's amazing. What's it like to be here on the ice as a member of the Leafs?
Yeah, honestly, the last couple of days have been pretty crazy. Just coming back from LA and being here, it's been a whirlwind. And now that I'm finally here and wearing Maple Leafs colors and jersey, like it's an incredible feeling, and I really still can't describe it. Just how cool it is for me being a kid that's just outside of Hamilton and being so close to here. It's serious. I still can't describe it.
What has been your welcome to the Leafs moment so far?
I think probably we were doing a little battle drill in the corner there, and I forget who it was, but a bigger, older boy gave me a little bit of a hit, and I was like, okay, yeah, I better get ready for the contact. As obviously there's guys here that I'm one of the younger guys here, so just being ready, and being as strong as I can in corners and stuff like that, which is something I need to, get a little bit bigger and stronger. But yeah, I think that's kind of the first thing that's kind of happened so far, just feeling, the weight of other guys, pretty big, heavy boys here.
Shot in the dark here, but you're from Campbellville, right?
Yes.
Get the Mohawk a lot? Your family horse people at all?
A little bit. My a couple of my agents and stuff like that have horses. A couple of my buddies too, as well. Like, we're not crazy horse people, but obviously with it being so close, I've been to the horse races and things like that, just for being so close, and it's always a good time there.
Have you heard from any current Leafs after getting drafted?
Yeah, I heard from a few. Austin reached out, which was pretty cool. One of my kind of idols growing up, getting a text from him was it was pretty cool. And then John Tavares as well reached out, and Nylander. So three pretty good hockey players to hear from. So that was really exciting. Getting drafted and then hearing from guys like that, and making a little bit of time for me. It was pretty cool.
When you look down into your phone in that moment, like, what goes through your mind?
I didn't know what to say. Like, I remember I was standing there with my dad, and I opened my phone, and it's Austin Matthews, and I'm like, Dad, look at this. And he was like, because both of us Leafs fans, ever since Austin got picked, he's been both of our favorite players. So it was pretty cool.
Do you respond? Like, what do you say?
Yeah, well, you have to.
You have to, yeah.
I responded right away.
Okay.
Said thank you for, his time and stuff, and appreciate the text, because obviously it's a pretty special moment for me, and for him to be able to, recognize that and take his time out of his day to do that, it was pretty special.
What do you appreciate most about his game?
Honestly, I think you can't look past his goal scoring. He's one of the best goal scorers in the world. I try to take things from his game. How strong he is on the puck is another thing that I don't think a lot of people, the average eye wouldn't really notice, but he's so strong on the puck. If you watch him, like we watched video on him today, just so strong on the puck, so skilled. Taking anything from him, you're in good hands, because he's obviously a really good player.
Okay, thank you, Tyler.
Yeah.
So give us a sense, what was this draft day like for you?
Pretty exciting, and I was shocked when I saw myself get drafted. It's a great feeling, and I'm really grateful to be drafted by this team.
Where were you?
Yeah.
I was at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in my bed, just chilling,
You-
watching
you-
this draft.
You said you were shocked that you were drafted? Like, you must have expected that, or at least hoped.
Yeah, like you said, I hoped that I was
Right.
gonna get drafted. So, and they called my name up, and it was pretty exciting. Yeah.
What stands out about the Leafs and being part of this organization now?
Grew up in Ottawa, so I was pretty big Ottawa and Leafs fan. So
Okay.
so I watched a lot of their games during the season, so it's pretty exciting getting drafted. Yeah.
Who's your favorite player growing up?
Favorite player, at first was Anthony Duclair.
Okay.
Then slowly became David. So yeah.
Some good role models.
Yeah.
What kind of player do you see yourself as when you hit your 20s, your prime? What do you hope to be?
Well, I hope to be a big and strong power forward. Use my size to drive the net and try to make plays too.
What's your focus this summer?
Just get bigger and stronger. Improve my skating and try to get quicker feet and faster.
What stands out about this camp so far?
Bunch of older guys who are way bigger than I expected. First at the end of the practice battle drills,
Yeah.
so I was getting bumped around a bit, so it was pretty fun though.
What stood out about the facilities here and everything?
It's really nice. No one's down. It's a pretty small town, so you don't really see anything like this. So yeah.
Did you hear from any current Leafs players after getting drafted?
Yeah, Matthews or Tavares, it was exciting, seeing their texting me and stuff. So yeah, they just wanted to welcome me and being part of this organization. So yeah, I was pretty pumped.
Yeah, when you look down and see that on your phone, what goes through your mind?
Well, a lot of things, they're pro players, I've watched them growing up, so for them to reach out to me and congratulate me, it means a lot.
Awesome.
That's
Thanks,
very-
Grady.
Yeah.
Pleasure, eh?
Yeah, thanks.
Haley, what led the decision to keep Austin Easton? So, summertime.
Austin is still off the ice,
Yes,
too.
off the ice. Off the ice this
Yeah.
week.
Well, he's played over 100 games the last couple seasons,
Right.
so it was more just allow him to have a bit of recovery time, a bit of downtime. He's going to have a big few months here coming up, and allow him to train, more importantly, off the ice right now, put on some of the weight that he's lost through the season, and just get some rest.
What have you made of his progress in the time you've known him?
I think he made a big jump this year. He's a great kid. The intangibles that he brings, he plays with a lot of passion, a lot of drive. But just in terms of the way he played and conducted himself as a leader and an impact player, especially in the Memorial Cup, produced, led the team, and the habits that he needs to play pro, we saw improve in the latter half of the year this year as well.
What's
know
the
he'll
next
play
step
pro.
for him? Like, what do you want him to focus on to make that leap?
I think the next step for Easton is the pro habits that we talk about. So in junior, you can get away with long shifts and lagging, not tracking back pucks, things like that. And we talk a lot with him about the things that will translate to being an everyday impactful pro player. So cleaning up those areas of the ice, being able to play on the inside, to play with pace day in and day out, and just to be physically strong so that when he comes in, he can handle the grind that it is.
He was talking about the fact that he feels he's really improved from a puck management standpoint. And from your perspective, is that really what he needs to do to get to this level? Like, the skill set's there, but it's how you utilize the skill set?
Yeah, he has an NHL skill set. I do agree it is puck management. It's, what do you do with the puck at both blue lines, and, not turning pucks over in soft areas of the ice, being able to drive deep, take the puck to the net, and then hound and hunt the puck, which he does really well, but in junior he could turn it on and off when he wanted to. And so I do think over the latter half of his season this year, we saw a real big improvement that way.
How close to NHL ready do you think he is?
Time will tell. I guess that's the question that we all are asking ourselves. But the money's on him that he'll be fit enough and prepared enough. The experience to be able to step in and play will be. We'll see probably very quickly when camp starts.
What did you think of Parsons and Halakar, that fight? Like, what goes through your mind when you see that?
Oh no! Honestly, we don't want guys to fight in development camp. We talk about it. We want you to compete, but no one needs to get hurt. And but those two, that's what they do. It's part of their game, and I think the opportunity arose there where it came up, and so we talked to both of them, and they were fine with it afterwards. Obviously, you don't want to see it, but the game is full of emotion, and you kind of at the same time are happy to see guys playing with emotion and passion that want to make an impact. So there's a fine line to walk, and I'm sure we won't see it again.
What have you made of Ben Danforth's progress?
Well, Ben has just continued, similar to Easton, to improve. The thing I've noticed is his game is starting to calm down. He's a great skater. He moves as well as anyone on the ice here. Sometimes he tries to do too much when he plays in the OHL and with Oshawa. And we've just been talking to him a lot about taking the time to play calm, getting inside lanes to block shots. He's spent a little bit of time with Chris Tanev this summer already, and I think that's a big influence on him, just watching day in and out how Chris carries himself.
You talked a lot about too working with Jake Muzzin. What's it been like to have someone like that on your staff?
Well, I think for these players, they love and look up to the players that played, and anytime a guy like Jake, Chris, Kyle Clifford is around as well. When they talk, the players listen, and they've been through it. They know what it's like, and they bring a lot of wisdom and experience that they can still relate to. So just having those guys around gives an impact that you can only do if you were really a player, and I think that's the special part of it.
Is Mark Giordano sort of pitching in that area for this team now? Or?
Yeah, Mark's been around. I'm not sure what he's worked out with Tree in terms of moving forward with a role, but he certainly knows the organization. He's been around, and I think is interested in the coaching and development side of things. So we're picking his brain. I mean, I've known Gio for a long time, and again, he's another guy that brings however many years of NHL experience to the table. Yeah.
Victor Johansson's put on some weight, as you could probably see. What have you
Yeah.
made of
Yeah.
the difference between him this year and last year?
He has really improved. He put on about 20 pounds, I think, over the last year or so. He said to me today after the fight, "Oh, I've never seen that before on the ice." I said, "Well, welcome to the NHL." And a big smile on his face. And if you know Victor, he's always got a big smile. He plays with a bit of a mean, nasty streak, but often they're not fighting over in Sweden like that. So he again, his game has calmed down, but he's an elite skater. He made some really nice plays out there today with the puck and continues to have more and more composure. He'll play professionally with the SHL in Lexington this year, and look to, we really like him.
What have you thought of Luke Haynes' development?
Yeah, Luke was at our camp a couple of years ago, and then obviously played with the Marlies last year. We think he's a smart, crafty player. He has the opportunity to make an offensive impact. It's going to be, can he play with pace, and what are the other aspects of the physicality and being able to be a good defensive, reliable forward as well. But he brings something offensively that we like in him.
You've won at many levels. Cowan's Memorial Cup champion, and Owen Michaels won NCAA. What's the value of that winning mentality when people like that come into the organization?
Yeah, I think when you win, it's something that you can't teach. You go through a grind of playoffs. I've never been through 7-game series repeated, but Olympic games and just the grind of getting there, and then being able to win and take it over the top like that. Those are things that stick with you as an athlete and as a person forever, and that you can never teach anyone. So whenever we get people in here that have won, we know that's a quality that we can't give them, and that is special, that they have an advantage of over anyone else.
Do you think there's a mental aspect, Hayley, to winning? As you said, maybe you didn't go through 7-game series, but you're dealing with the emotions mentally of semifinals, gold, and handling those pressure moments.
Yes, I think winning is 90% mental, because everybody's pretty equal physically, and so it's the ability to grind day after day after day, and then be able to have that performance on demand when it matters the most. That's a really hard thing to do. You guys see it every day. So when you can get over the hump, I think winning breeds more winning. And you've seen it with Florida and just the confidence that they have. It's the same, I think, at any level in any sport.
What are you doing with these guys off the ice? Obviously, we see the on-ice stuff, but off the ice to work on the mental side of the game.
Yeah, we had a session last night on managing pressure and performance, especially here in Toronto. Just some of the unique things that players this age go through, whether it's social media, family, the jump to pro, and the expectations of when you come to Toronto and play for the Maple Leafs. So things like that, we've had them interact with a lot of different players. Wendell Clark was in to speak. We had Craig Berube address the group. Mark Giordano will be talking to the guys. Tomorrow we brought in a world-class horse trainer to to spend a couple hours. Actually, we brought in a wild colt, a wild horse, to talk about how you manage emotions and how you go through handling pressure in tricky situations, actually using a horse. So it's going to be interesting. I can give you more tomorrow, but
Will the horse be on the ice? Right?
No, the horse will not be on the ice, and no one will be getting on the horse. So, but it was kind of an idea that Danielle Goyette and myself were talking one day about it, and then of course Shane Doan, being from the farm, thought it was great too. So we all think it's a good idea, but I'll let you know tomorrow if it works or not.
Can you mention the name of the trainer?
His name's Jeff Davis. Okay. He's coming up from Oklahoma.
Is there less on-ice sessions this year, it feels like? Is that a conscious decision, or what went into that?
So just in talking with Tree, we shortened the camp by, I think we at one point had it at 7, now it's at 5 days with 3 on ice. A little bit more off-ice stuff going on, and I guess you can kind of go either way with it. Coming out of COVID, we had a lot of on-ice stuff. We wanted to see what the players were doing and had done in the time off. Now it's a little bit more of an orientation. We take the time to educate, walk them through some on-ice stuff, but obviously it's early in the summer. We don't want any injuries, and we don't really need to see high-intensity games. So it's a fine line, but they're still hockey players, and at the end of the day, you have to play hockey too.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Okay.
Hayley.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.